What's up, everybody? Easy here from the DFS Whisperers, coming live with a value plays video for today's slate. Well, Sunday's slate. Hope everybody's ready for week 4. Hope y'all had a good showdown slate. Me personally was so, but the team did their job, so that's what's really matters. Let's get the homework out the way. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Hit that bell icon so you can get all our content as soon as it drops. Shout out to Draft Dashboard, the tool you see right here. As you can see, man, it's a dope DFS tool. A lot of stats, a lot of good stuff. They sponsor a $20 giveaway on our channel. All you got to do is just like, subscribe, and then, comment your favorite player on the slate. Comment every video throughout the week to maximize your chances of winning. And then whenever I shoot the Monday night showdown video, I'll normally announce the winner. As you can see here, Draft Dashboard, a dope tool. Like I said, you got the top DFS players. You got the position optimizer that breaks down all the stats down to a T, from the top targets, rushing, the projected ownership, projected points, projected fantasy points, Vegas totals. You get it all right there, and many other stats all in one screen. You got the sleepers and studs. You got the player trends that show you the rushing monsters, the target monsters, point production, player performance, salary differences between sites, that can help you gauge your values. You got the scary accurate lineup optimizer that just spits out winning lines every week. You got the mass lineup generator for those of you that like the max multi-enter. And you also got the late swap optimizer, which comes in handy a lot in NBA season. Then you got the NFL cheat sheet for those of you that don't know how to do research, don't want to do research, or just don't have time to do research. NFL cheat sheet is here to save your life, from the top locks of the slate to the top mid-range, top value, top studs, all of them right there. You get all of that in our custom player pool for $1 for your first 30 days. You can find our custom player pool under the watch players. Hit that tab, then hit watch DFS Whisperers picks, and all our picks show up right in your watch players. And I also wanted to show you guys that we've added DFS rankings by positions for every week, and also a wide receiver cornerback cheat sheet to the dashboard as well. Just to give y'all a sneak peek, it shows you the wide receivers, the top 5 wide receivers in the best matchups of the week. And it also shows you the top 5 wide receivers in the worst matchup of the week. And you get the rankings for each position as well. So you get all of this for $1 with our custom player pool and all these good stats to have. I'm going to go ahead and shoot this one from the watch players so that I don't have to scroll through the position optimizer a lot. But let's go ahead and get into it. For quarterbacks, my top favorite value is Daniel Jones. Simple. Starting quarterback, 5,300 in a very favorable matchup. As you can see, 28th against quarterbacks and 29th defense overall. 82 dash ranking is what Washington is averaging. Daniel Jones plays 100% of the snaps, may rush about 3 times, and has 64 touches on the ball. Projected for 19 fantasy points. So it's just a great spot for him. He looked really good in his first game, but we knew this now for a while coming into it. We were just waiting on the time for him to show up on the scene. Now this is going to be a real interesting matchup right here because, man, I feel like these New York Giants could break the slate this week, but that's just me personally. My next quarterback from that same game is Case Keenum. I really like Case Keenum at 4,900. I know he was kind of banged up through the week, has a foot injury, but it's likely that he will be starting. And at 4,900, he's in a favorable matchup as well, because Giants are one worse than Redskins versus quarterbacks. But Giants are the 31st defense overall. So both quarterbacks are facing bad defenses. And, Case Keenum, he could turn up. We just saw how he came back against Chicago. And in that Chicago matchup, you can say all you want, But Chase Keenum barely had a chance to throw that ball. That O-line did not protect him at all, and he still managed to squeeze 20 DFS points out. Now he's facing a much worse defense than Chicago, and you guys saw what he did to Philly in the first game when he dropped the 30 on them boys. He could easily replicate that in this matchup here. 100 dash ranking, which means the spot doesn't get any better. When it comes to running backs, I like my boy Darrell Williams. Now, I believe Damian Harris is doubtful. Not Damian Harris, that's New England. Damian Williams is who I meant. Is doubtful, so that means it's going to be another week of Shady and Darrell Williams. And Darrell Williams looked good to me in his first game. One thing that was really encouraging was his involvement in the pass game. Had 5 targets and rushed the ball 9 times, played 52% of the snaps, and touched the ball 38% of the time. Facing a team that really gives it up to running backs, like Detroit really give it up to running backs. So I'm interested in both Shady and Darrell Williams, but I feel like Darrell Williams may go underappreciated, underowned. So I could really roster him in this spot. As you can see, Detroit are 26th against running backs and 19th defense overall, 83 dash ranking, projected for 8.6 fantasy points. But I could easily see him putting up that 16 or better that he did in his first game last week. The other running back I really like is Chris Thompson, going up against that Giants defense. We all know Chris Thompson's a pass-catching back, gets about 7 targets a game, almost 8, and rushes the ball 4 times. I think that both those numbers will be elevated a lot this week. I believe New York are, as of right now, like 4-point favorites, so that means Keenum will be throwing the ball most likely. Thompson plays 53% of the snaps, touches the ball 42 times. His passing upside is what I really like for him at 4,500. And I know people are mostly gravitating towards Wayne Gallman, who is a good play, but I don't know. With Chris Thompson at 4,500, $100 less than him, if Wayne Gallman's gonna garner more ownership than Chris Thompson, then I'll always go to Chris Thompson over him. I haven't checked Gallman's ownership yet, but I've just been seeing him around a lot. Chris Thompson's only projecting for 8% ownership, so that's great. When we go to wide receivers, now it's a guy I'm actually even surprised to see in the cheat sheet, but it's Preston Williams. Me and my boy Kiki talked a lot about him. He's basically the only target that Miami have. Now, I know Albert Wilson said he's ready to play on Sunday, and I believe Devontae Parker's feeling better now, but Preston Williams has been super consistent so far. He always has that big play ability at 3,900. He's put up a 11, 10, and 11, so that's pretty much all you need from him at that price tag, or a little bit more. And the matchup is not terrible, but it ain't the best because LA are middle of the pack against wide receivers and 21st overall defense in the league, 84 dash ranking. Not a bad spot at all for him. Up next, this is one of my super sneaky sleeper picks, and that's Darius Slayton. Now, I think Darius Slayton, man, can burn these Washington corners, and their safeties are horrible. So I think he can burn this team, him and Sterling Shepard. Like, I really like pairing them with Daniel Jones. I think they can do some wonders in this matchup, man. He's super cheap, 3,200. Put up 11 last week. He could get some serious separation. As you can see, Washington are 31st against wide receivers, and it's 100 dash ranking for him. He's projecting for 1% ownership. But this could low-key be a play that wins you a milli maker, to be honest. But I really like the spot for him right here. He's a quick dude. I believe he runs a 4.43, I believe. Almost fastest player on the team. I'll take Darius Slayton for that big play ability. Trey Quinn at 3K is ridiculous to me because he's going to have looks. Chase Keenum will be looking at him. He's their slot receiver. If you've been following us for a while now, you know that I'm big on slot receivers and speedsters this year because I believe that it's their year, and so far that trend has been holding up. Also, pass-catching running backs are flourishing as well. I like Trey Quinn at 3K. The price is ridiculous, man. projecting for about 7% ownership. And if you didn't see the news today, F1 Scary Terry McLaurin is questionable right now because he pulled his hamstring. So if he happens to miss, both Trey Quinn and Paul Richardson that I have right here are wildly in play as super cheap price tags going up against those Giants corners as well. Because as you can see, both teams are basically two of the worst teams against each position in this matchup. So points can be put up in this matchup. Like some serious points could be put up here, and all the players are cheap in that game. It's like one of those games where you could basically play all the high price running backs or tight ends that you want, or even defense, and just stack around that. But yeah, Paul Richardson, another one, had a monster game the last showdown that we picked him, 22 points. He's gonna get looks from Keenum, especially if Scary Terry's out, so I like the spot for him. Up next on my final wide receiver is Mecole Hardman. I love him mainly because of his big playability. Both him and Demarcus Robinson have looked great, but I just like the looks that Mecole Hardman gets, about 4 looks a game, and I say barely a rush. He's projecting, he plays 72% of the snaps, touches the ball 9% of the times, but he's just so quick, man. Like, he could get separation quick and just burn you for like a 80, 90-yard touchdown out of nowhere. And Mahomes is going to look for him deep. There's going to be a lot of points put up in this matchup against Detroit, so you got to consider Mecole Hardman at 5,100. Honorable mention, 5,800, Sterling Shepard. I'm saving him more for the final look video, but we got some good takes on Sterling Shepard for that video. Up next, my boy Will Disley. I think he's somehow made the video for like 3 weeks in a row now, but Will Disley in a great spot. Arizona, the absolute worst team against tight ends. Every tight end that plays Arizona, I roster them no matter what. Will Disley is 3,600. We all know Russell Wilson loves to look at this guy in the end zone. He could easily catch 2 of them tomorrow on Sunday. And at 3,600, it don't take much to pay it off. As you can see, had an 18 and a 22 in his last couple games. 98 dash ranking, don't get any better than that. Up next, at tight end is my boy, Austin Hooper. Love the spot for him as well. As Tennessee's a good defense, but they give it up to tight ends. Hooper coming off 2 touchdowns against Indianapolis, and then had a 17 week 1 and that 7 in week 2. Love the spot for him. Love it, man. I think he gets in the end zone at least once again in this matchup. Plus, we're playing at home. Matt Ryan will be looking for him, especially, on those dropbacks where he can't find nothing up top. I think Hooper eats again. I see him definitely getting in the end zone again. And for defense right now, the only cheap defense I want to talk about is Indiana Colts. Because, Chargers, Patriots, all of them are in play. But Colts defense could sneakily have a good game against Oakland here in this spot. We all know Derek Carr ain't the best quarterback out here, so I'll take my chances with Colts defense in some lineups. But these are my value picks for the slate, guys. Like I said, once again, sign up for Draft Dashboard. Get all these dope tools, the DFS rankings, the wide receiver cornerback matchup cheat sheet, the regular cheat sheet, and our custom player pool, and many, many, many more for $1 for your first 30 days. And sign up to my Prize Picks. My Prize Picks show will be out tomorrow. Just sign up to my Prize Picks. All you got to do is just use the link down below or hit promo code Whisper, and you get 25% of your first deposit matched, and also a 2-player free prop once you deposit worth $25. All you're doing is just predicting over-unders, and you're not playing against thousands and thousands of people. You're not playing against any sharks, just you versus your predictions. And with that being said, these are my value plays. Y'all check out the final look video. First look video still out. You can check that one out as well. Get some plays from all these videos. We put out a lot of good content between the videos that we put out every week. So you can just graze through them, man. I'll have the final look video sometime in the evening tomorrow. So with that being said, man, I appreciate y'all, and I'm out. Whisper Squad.